Hello Beezers, how you doing? I hope you will enjoy our video today. So get ready, yalla!
To say Foodie Beauty's husband Salah is not all there is akin to saying Bonnie Blue is a little bit promiscuous. Ever since he first plopped onto our screens in 2022, with his Dwayne Johnson-esque prehensile eyebrow and a quartet of working brain cells, Salah has been the proverbial apple of Chantal's yellowing eyes. In this video, we will chronicle a brief outline of Salah and his eventual emergence into the Gorlworld ecosystem. From transatlantic catfishing to cybersexual fart-sniffing, we'll tell you everything you need to know to fall head over heels with this Arabic Adonis. Born in Kuwait to a Syrian family, Salah quickly cemented himself as an alpha male. As a fan of martial arts and specifically Bruce Lee, Salah honed his skills and crafted himself into a certified deadly weapon, defeating countless adversaries and earning a series of plastic pound shop medals in the process. With his legs and fists out for blood, Salah got to work on his digits, tickling the ivories with the kind of fingerwork not seen since I went behind the bike shed with Annabelle Jones in year 11. However, a growing resume of sick talents and an affinity for torturous early 2000s ringtones just wasn't cutting it for our man's man. He needed something he couldn't get with raw talent alone: a pretty wife. After allegedly consulting a friend who pulled off what's known as a romance scam, Salah fancied a go at it himself. So he baited his hook, dropped his sinker down to the midnight zone, and bagged himself a proverbial white whale. When Chantal first found Salah haunting Canadian Tinder like a spectral burp, he was just a humble Syrian businessman living and working in Kuwait, where his family has been for decades since fleeing war-torn Syria. Kuwait being very strict with its citizenship requirements made it nigh on impossible for Salah to obtain full citizenship, and many speculate that Salah fancied Chantal as a means to an end, a laden vessel on which he could sail to the land of mooses? Meese? And maple syrup. He told Chantal he had a slew of successful business ventures, his own car and a luxury apartment, and the respect of his peers. He presented himself as a proper Christian Grey, but we would soon find out that he was more like a Syrian Mr. Bean. The problem is, Salah isn't as smart or as devious as he thinks he is. This is a man who would struggle to empty a bucket if you printed the instructions on the bottom of it. If you gave Salah a jigsaw puzzle recommended for 5 to 7 years, he'd be proud he completed it in 2. Although she has never admitted it, Chantal obviously saw straight through the honeypot and decided to go for it anyway. Little did Salah know, he'd hitched his wagon to the most desperate horse in the village. Crashing out after a failed relationship with another odd Middle Eastern weirdo called Nada, Chantal was full of piss and vinegar and coming off a bigger coke addiction than Buddy the Elf. She was looking for anyone who would claim her, and Salah fit the bill just fine. Early into their courtship, Salah had Chantal eating out of the palm of his hand. She told her audience all about his charming affections, his successful life, and his gorgeous body.
This man is very, very smart, has a very good job, makes good money, has his own place, has a good, nice car, drives very well, is very confident. I like the way he's very, and looks-wise, he's perfect. He's an Adonis body, like looks-wise.
The two hit it off so quickly that Salah even asked Foodie Beauty to move to Kuwait and marry him 2 days after speaking for the very first time.
I'm supposed to go to Kuwait to get married.
On November 1st, 2022, less than a month after first messaging each other, Foodie Beauty packed up her chins, purged her YouTube channel, and flew 6,000 miles across the planet's surface, straight into the waiting arms of her new love. The Kuwait arc officially began, causing a wave of incredulous reactions across the internet. It wasn't long, however, before viewers started to suspect Salah's status and situation had been a little overblown. Living in a shithole of an apartment, driving a low-end car, and with a cheap fragrance business consisting of relabeled mass-produced room sprays, everything about Salah was an obvious catfish. Not even his body came as advertised, with the chiseled, statuesque look Chantal described giving way to something a bit more squishy. Kung Fu Salah had less definition than a CRT monitor, and about as much martial arts prowess as CM Punk. During an infamous trip to a wax museum, Salah Segal showed off his technique in a cringeworthy display that still puckers my bumhole every time I see it. Look at the prick, flailing about like a blind pensioner fighting for the last Werther's original. Even so, Foodie Beauty insisted that Salah was the right man for her. He treated her like a queen.
And here's Queen Chantal.
Bring me some tea and biscuits at once.
Doting on her, brought her food, and made the odd degrading fat joke, laughing like a dying ostrich just off camera. The couple lived in relative harmony, except for the odd spat here and there about Chantal's slovenly existence.
Okay, guys.
And be nice, by the way.
No, I'm not. You don't deserve it.
Yes, I deserve more than this.
No, you don't. You're not grateful for me. You just complain about the bad fucking things. After everything everything else I do.
To leave a water bottle?
You think you're fucking perfect.
Don't say F words.
You think you're perfect.
Don't say F words again.
I can do what I want. You're not my dad. Like, okay, bye. I'll see you guys later.
Be nice to the people.
Shut up.
You shut up.
That is, until a new bombshell dropped that shattered the pristine image of Salah al-Sultan.
He fucking cheated on me. He admitted it today.
In December 2023, while Foodie was visiting Canada for Christmas, Salah wasted no time at all looking for Chantal's replacement. Enter former Biza and current top 3 Gorlworld crush, Kybella, who quickly ingratiated herself in Salah's favour and uncovered some of his deepest, darkest desires. Under the username Home Alone Legend, Salah engaged in the type of dirty talk that would make even the most discerning dung beetle blush. It would seem that loving and kind Salah wanks at the thought of an Armitage Shanks, and couldn't help telling Kybella in excruciating detail all the things he'd like to do to her. Most notable amongst these messages was all the talk of poo and rape and degradation.
I feel like I'm talking to a real dog, a real slave, a pure dog. I'm gonna shit on you and rape you and spit on your face.
You can find the full selection of messages in various places on the internet, but here's a couple of the funniest ones.
When you go bathroom, you will think that your face on the toilet, and I gonna pee and poop on your face. When you sleep, you will think that you are sleeping under the bed, and I'm top of you on the bed like the king. You are worthless, just my garbage bin. I gonna spit on your face so much.
I will twerk on your face and suffocate you.
Wow. No farts? Or what you think? My bitch.
I will fart for you.
Where?
On your face.
You are my god. You are sexy goddess. I worship you. I worship your ass. 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 I worship your ass.
As well as declaring his devotion to Kybella's ass, Salah also sent over some lurid pictures of his own kofta, alongside screenshots of various hardcore pornography, which is illegal to even have in Kuwait thanks to their strict obscenity laws. This correspondence eventually made it back to Foodie Beauty, who responded by crashing out on livestream in Canada, berating Salah and all men, although I promise you, none of this was my fault.
I'm never, ever, fuck men. I'm done. I'm done.
Before deleting it and immediately releasing another video forgiving Salah and explaining away the frankly revolting messages as nothing more than the fantastical games of a repressed alpha male.
I want to give it another try. And, you know, we promised, no matter what, to communicate with each other our wants, our needs, our desires. And yeah, I know the type of fetish looks bad, but I mean, he wouldn't hurt a fly in real life. If it's consensual kind of fetish, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, it's taboo, but it doesn't make a person a bad person, so.
This event, known amongst Gorlworld as Poopgate, not to be confused with Amberlyn Reid's multiple various Poopgates, rejuvenated the foodieverse for a while.
Salad has been sexting another woman while she's been here!
How's it going? It's going well. Happy cheapness.
Fuck you. Fuck you. See this finger? Shove it up your fucking hairy ass.
Pegging. Well, you don't get to peg anymore, Chantal. That's if you are into pegging, and I'm not here to pry into your personal business. If that's what you and Snoopy got up to, that's fine. But maybe wash your hands.
They were even comparing like side-by-side shots because one of them was in a bathtub, okay? And they compared this picture of his feet in a bathtub, which like, y'all, are y'all into feet? It's feet y'all's thing.
But it wasn't long before the dust settled and Mr. Scatman faded into the background. He stopped appearing in live streams and was even absent for Chantal's trip to Thailand in August 2024.
Chilling out like is helping me, you know. And Salah will be here soon, so hopefully, maybe by next week, hopefully, you know.
Which she spent the majority of her time there shitting herself in the hotel room.
I had a bit of an accident in my pants.
It's a shame, really. He'd have loved that. Speculation started that the couple weren't living together, and even that Salah had another wife and he was keeping Foodie Beauty in her own apartment, like a pet walrus. In more recent months, however, Salah is fully back on the scene, regaling us with Crazy Frog and laughing like a seal caught in the rudders of a trawler. The main question now is, where does Salah go from here? If you followed my content in the last week or so, you know that Salah is now in Syria, separated from his friends and family and his cushy life, all thanks to the feline felonies of Foodie Beauty. Will he fix up the family home, move the family back to the homeland, and live happily ever after? Or will he strap Foodie to the nearest missile and fire her at Iran? All we know for sure is that no man's patience is infinite, and there's only so much humiliation and embarrassment one man can endure before a change is needed. Even a simpleton like Salah has a limit. If you enjoyed this brief outline of Salah and want to know more, there are plenty of compilations here on YouTube from the likes of Apathetic Facts, Hectic Llama, and Barbecue Chillin', chronicling even more of this weird little man's antics in the foodieverse, so check them out. And please consider subscribing, liking, and leaving a comment below. Why not let me know your favourite Kybella text message? Or just let me know you worship my ass. See you next time.